Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, TravelingGunn. Today, I begin an 8-day trip. You heard it right, 8 days. And I'll explain to you a little bit later on how I'm able to work 8 days, but I needed to be off for the first day of school for my kids, whatnot. So I had to work 8 days in a row in order to do that. Didn't want to, but I have to. So this is the first part of my 8-day trip. This is a four-day trip. And I do Roanoke turn, and then I end up in Chattanooga today around 2:30ish, 2:29, something like that. So it's not too hard of a day, but it's not, you know, it's just gonna be a long 8 days. Other than that, I was off for a couple of days, just didn't do anything besides, you know, clean the regular cleaning of the house. I didn't mow the lawn, I didn't do anything outside, for real, and just tried to kind of recharge, I should say. You know, it's been kind of a summer for me in a sense, and it's been hot, so I'm trying to stay cool as possible. But other than that, the shuttle is down there waiting, so I can't talk to you too long. I don't want to miss the shuttle. I got about 30 minutes before my report time, so I'll see you guys once I get to Chattanooga. Everyone, I made it here to Chattanooga. Today's flight's very uneventful. 3 flights, super easy. It was a 20-minute flight here to Chattanooga from Atlanta. Rampers, I should say. I don't know why they think we can just close the door because they do this. They be like, and I'm like, we don't take commands. We don't do it for y'all. We gotta ask the captain, is it okay to close? They up there like, what you waiting on? The captain, you don't tell us when to close. They tell us when it's okay to close the door. And I wish they realized that, because I get it. It's about that time for us to close the door because of the boarding or whatever like that, but that doesn't fall on you. My captain is doing OE with the FO, so this is her first flight ever. And, you know, she had a little firm landing today, but it's not the worst. I've had worse first landings. One where I almost started saying the commands because she landed so hard I thought we crashed the plane. Other than that, early report tomorrow, and I'm gonna go work out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 2 of 8. 4 legs. Chattanooga, Detroit to Indianapolis, back to Detroit, then to Buffalo. No real sits in between, not eating weather. I know New York is having a little IROP situation going on, but as far as I know, it doesn't affect me at all, so as of now. So we're gonna see what today brings. It's 5:56. We'll go down and get some breakfast because it starts at 6 o'clock because I don't have any sits, so I'm not gonna have any time to get anything to eat today, and I'm done around 3 o'clock. So we're gonna do that, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on today once I get to Buffalo, if I make it there. Hey everybody, made it here to Buffalo. Today's flights were very uneventful. We had a slight delay in Detroit because of our brake temperature didn't go down. We had to wait for that. Then the weather kind of deteriorated, so we had to wait for that. So we got here a little bit later than normal. So I said I was going to explain to y'all how I was able to do 8 days. So legally, we can work 6 days in a row and have to have 24 hours off before we can actually work another trip. So we can never work, well, for at least us, we can't work 7 days straight. We have to have 24 hours off in between. They call it a 24/7 rule. So my trip ends on go home day at 1:05. I was supposed to get back to Atlanta about 1:05. Now, if it delays or goes any further than that, then I will have to they'll have to do something with my schedule. They'll be creative with my schedule to where I still have that 24-hour rest period. So if I am delayed on go home day and get back later, it'll kind of take away a turn and I'll still get paid protected for it. They will have to do something to give me that 24-hour rest before the 7th day. So my guess is if I am delayed, they will do that on the first day of my next trip. So basically I work 4 days and my trip ends at 1:05. Now, in order for me to be legal, I had to find a trip that also started report time after 1:05. So my next trip starts at report time is 1:35, 1:33, something like that. So that's how I was able to do that. And then, you know, I go from there and I have another 4-day trip. So that's how I was able to work 8 days. Now, I would never do this willingly unless I really needed to be off for something like a trip or something like that. So there's some reason why I would do that. And I needed to be off for the first 2 days of school. Now, when I come back, I'm off for 5 days after that. So it's kind of like a give and take. I'm off for 5 days. So it is what it is. But other than that, That's all it is. And I think that's a FAA rule. That's not a company rule. It's a 24/7 rule for everybody across the board, any airline, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. So that's how I'm able to work the 8 days straight, and how I got around it, and how you can get around it. If you're somebody that's trying to hustle and make more money, you can always work that way. I would not recommend it because it can burn you out fast. But if you got a goal and you're trying to hustle and get some money, then you can do it that way. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for a 5:30 van. Yeah, I made it here to Knoxville. Today I had 4 flights. Delayed coming out of JFK because we had to wait for the inbound flight, so we was delayed leaving JFK to go to Detroit, I think it was. Wait, where did I come from? Buffalo to JFK, no, to Toronto, and then Toronto to Detroit. So we were late leaving Toronto, going to Toronto and leaving Toronto to go to Detroit. I didn't get with y'all this morning. It kept hitting snooze, so I just woke up. But today was the longest day. I woke up at 4. I'm walking in the hotel right now at 6 p.m. So this was the longest day. Tomorrow's 3 legs. So tomorrow's day 4 of this 8-day trip. But I'm finna get ready to go work out, come back, go to bed, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh, and I put down the wrong room number, so somebody's gonna get a rude awakening, wake-up call if they're in that room at 5 o'clock in the morning, because I was looking at my the number wrong, and I'm not on the 7th floor, I'm on the 3rd, so I'm gonna go down and change it when I go work out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 4 of 8. Finna get ready, go downstairs, 3 flights, work in the back. So the first flight going to Knoxville from Atlanta, no service. We'll help my flying partner out up front to see if she needs any help. And then I do a Jackson, Mississippi turn, which is just a water, coffee, tea. So pretty simple. I'm just hoping these afternoon thunderstorms stay at bay until I get home, and then they can do whatever they want to do, and we don't have any delays for go home day, because it's supposed to have, we've been having afternoon thunderstorms the last few days, but it's been quick, but it also has caused delays in Atlanta. So I'm hoping it just hold out until I get home. So I'll see you guys once I get home to close. Everybody, I made it home. I'm done with this one part of this 8-day trip. As you can see behind me, the brush is no longer here. That's because they came and pulled up the easement that they had on my property. So, and that's why it's actually gone. And I can kind of manage this to see where rocks and things are. So when it comes down to cutting it, I can just pick up the rocks and everything. But it's still, my property still runs right up through there. So it's still a little bit, but I ain't worried about that because I don't even use it. But this over here, I can kind of manage with cutting it now that everything is up and I can see the rocks and things like that. So other than that, I got 24 hours off. I just cut my grass. So because it's been raining and they need to be cut, and I know it wasn't gonna last another 8 days without looking kind of crazy. So I went ahead and cut that. And I'm gonna go ahead and wash my clothes, repack my bags, and I'll see you guys tomorrow to start a part 2 of this 8-day trip.
I don't know when I'll be back again. Kiss me and